Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Bill's house, Poppy screams her head off when someone opens the door to the bedroom. Bill gets up to probe and chuckles with relief when he sees Will. Will looks at Poppy on the bed and takes off wearing a frightened expression. At Forrester, Luna and RJ make out in the design office. He asks what he has to do to move her to come to the sand house. He'd like some time alone. She's sorry she's been spending so important time at her pater. As she just feels like it's important right now, because they're getting a family. Katie walks by and says she hopes her mama remembers they're not Bill's only family. Luna tells Katie she doesn't appreciate her trashing her family. She explains to RJ that Katie indicted her mama of having commodity to do with the accidental medicine overdose deaths at Il Giardino. Katie asks, what if that's not the case? What if someone had commodity to do with it? There could be a killer on the loose. RJ thinks it's way over the line for Katie to charge Poppy this way. Katie says she acts weird whenever she brings it up. RJ suggests Katie is just jealous, but she denies it. She asks why Poppy waited so long to tell Luna that Bill was her pater. Luna says she had her reasons and she accepts that. They're happy now. Katie thinks Poppy seems on edge. Luna says they're not interferers, they're family. She'll just have to accept that. Luna says she has to go home and exits. In the main office, Carter tells Steffy she could fly marketable to Monte Carlo. She says the flight is delayed and she'd miss the Napoleon's meeting. Hope listens at the door and flashes to chasing Steffy to the elevator with her passport. She enters and asks if they've heard from Ridge and Brooke. She gushes that they must be having a nice flight, just the two of them. Steffy shakes her head. Steffy notes it's a business trip, not a romantic flight. Carter talks about their meeting with the Napoleon. Steffy would have loved to have seen him, but now that she's wedged there, she can concentrate on other collections. Substantially hope for the future. She didn't record any meetings moment, so now she and Carter have time to dig into the figures. It turns out the figures are down. Steffy hates to say it, but she thinks Hope's line is in trouble. At Bill's place, he rants to Poppy that it wasn't exactly a great welcome home for his son, walking in on his pater. Half naked with his gal. He dons a shirt and tells her he's going to try and catch him before he leaves. In the living room, Will's looking at the prints on the mantel when Bill appears. They clench and Bill gashes over, "This is a great surprise. Perhaps not for you catching us like that." "I'm really sorry." Will asks, "Is that her?" At Forrester, Hope snarks that Steffy's wasting no time. Ridge hasn't been gone indeed a whole day. Steffy's job is to run the company. Hope complains, "And your first order of business is to hang my line." Carter tells Hope it's not particular, the line is falling short of protrusions. They're not getting calls about it and deals follow interest. Hope thinks they'll get there. Steffy says the line's time is running out. Hope asks to speak to Steffy alone. Carter leaves the report and exits. Hope tells Steffy she knows what she's up to, and "I'm not going to let you get down with it." In the design office, Katie tells RJ she didn't want to upset Luna. RJ blames himself, he shouldn't have told her about Poppy's special mints. Katie tells him about the Tom Star connection with Poppy, who played dumb when she brought it up. "This doesn't make sense. I don't trust her. It's too simulated." She complains that Bill is generally careful, but he's moved them in to have this instant family. At Bill's place, he tells Will how happy he's to see him. Will asks again, "Is that her?" Bill says yes, "That's Poppy. She's really important to me." He wants Will to meet her duly, but Will isn't interested. "What about Mama?" he asks. "Is she fully out of the picture? Do you see her at all?" Before Bill can answer, Poppy appears and tells him how sorry she's that they're meeting like this. Will didn't mean to intrude and says he'll go. They prompt him to stay. Just also, Luna walks by and says, "Oh Dad, I'm glad you're home." She spots Will and asks, "Who's this?" Bill says, "This is your family, Luna." He turns to his son and says, "Will, meet Luna." "Your family." Will looks relatively unenthused. In the design office, Katie tells RJ that Bill isn't the ogre he makes him out to be. Family is the most important thing to him, which makes it his eyeless spot. RJ reminds her that they ran a maternity test and he can't believe Poppy is some kind of psychotic killer. He thinks this whole conspiracy thing isn't good for her. Luna's wanted to know who her father is her entire life. Having Bill for a pater is a dream come true for her. I suppose this is good for everybody. I mean, Will has a family now. At Bill's place, Luna and Will hail each other. Bill asks if he wants to give his family a clinch. Will's not ready and Luna understands. Will says he's going to go stay at his mama's, but Bill tells him his room is ready. Will says they'll catch up another time. Poppy offers for her and Luna to go stay at the apartment. Bill won't hear of it. He wants them to spend time together. He reminds Will he raised him to be respectable. Will tells his pater that he's not a part of this. If he expects him to act like this is his family? Hell no. With that, he walks out. At Forrester, Steffy asks Hope, "You won't let me get down with what? Running this company? Doing what's stylish for the business?" Hope doesn't need to look at the figures to know that she's doing this to mess with her. It's hard to do her job when the CEO has it out for her. Steffy says the figures don't lie and they gave it time. She thinks the contrivers would do better working on commodity differently. Hope complains that Steffy is using her position to attack her line because he knows how important it means to her. "I'm not going to let you destroy that." The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Hope Logan's romantic future has been the subject of important debate. Hope's been on quite the emotional roller coaster and has been each over the place when it comes to opinions about her love life. Hope broke up her marriage when she kissed Thomas Forrester in Rome, but Liam Spencer had arguably no way given Hope his whole heart anyway. Liam's ever-Steffy Forrester preoccupation was clearly commodity Hope brought up during all the divorce drama. Although Hope and Liam have set up a way to co-parent peacefully, she's not showing any signs of romantic interest in her former honey these days. Hope managed to find a connection with Thomas and appreciated the fact that he was devoted to her when they were a couple. Still, Hope couldn't give Thomas the marriage commitment he was later, so he moved on with Paris Buckingham. Deep down, Hope may realize Thomas isn't the right Joe for her. However, she would have accepted one of his marriage proffers and erected a happy life with him, if Hope was truly invested in her future with Thomas. There has to be a reason why Hope couldn't commit, so perhaps it just wasn't meant to be. That said, we're positive Hope and John Finnegan aren't fortunate. Moreover, Hope's interest in Finn seems to be more motivated by her desire to stylish Steffy than anything differently. Indeed, if commodity happens between Finn and Hope at some point, that doesn't mean they're going to be some major couple that the suckers will support. On social media, numerous observers have been averring Hope should leave Steffy's hubby alone and get a man of her own. Brooke Logan would much rather see Hope move on and concentrate on someone differently entirely. With all that in mind, is it time to cast a new man for Hope? Could B&B use another manly love interest in Hope's age range for her to fixate on? It'd be nice to see Hope let the history go and find love again with someone other than Liam, Thomas, and Finn. Our prognostications allude that further Hope and Finn trouble is on the way for now, but we'll give you updates on any casting news that might relate to Hope's romantic future. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope could transfigure her love life in some surprising ways down the road, so stay tuned.